if you want to be a true Inyu historian, then there are just simply some tournament games that you have to familiarize yourself with. Now, one of them is a game we have actually watched before. It was Dodman getting obliterated by a Swords Dance B-Drill in the Venusaur meta of Sun and Moon Inyu. It's a very hilarious game. Like I said, we have a video of it on the channel. Pretty sure you can find it pretty easily if you just look up Broadby B-Drill, so go crazy. But we were graced with another battle in this recent SCL, and we have this wonderful battle here. So today I'm putting two of my friends on blast, showcasing some of the most hilarious gaffes. Well, one of the most hilarious builder gaffes. This one's just one of the funniest turns I think we've ever seen. That led to two just very quotable moments in the community. And of course, y'all been enjoying the content as of late. I want to see 10 more billion subscribers, 10 more billion likes. Let's get this video all the way up there. If we don't hit 10 more billion likes, bro, I don't know, man. Maybe I will turn into Morbius, and it will not be a fun sight. And also, of course, comment question of the day. What is the most unfortunate thing that's ever happened to you in a Pokemon battle? Whether it's you got super unlucky or because you were building a team, you loaded up online and you're like, oh god, wait, I don't only have 5 Pokemon. Something like, let me know down below. I'm trying to laugh. Now, like I said, SCL game here, Pokeslice versus McMegan. At this point in the tournament, I think McMegan was 5-3, if I'm not mistaken. And Pokeslice realized, hey, guys, Ditto's really good into him. Why don't we bring Ditto more into McMegan? And I've talked about this a lot. He was bringing a ton of stall. He's bringing a lot of HO. There was no reason not to Ditto him every week by this point. If you weren't bringing Ditto into him, then you were either really silly or you just didn't think he would do it again. So Slice loads up Ditto. He also has a Gastrodon. He kind of loaded the most incredible matchup known to man. In the rain, to have the water immunity, you've got also some ones that like pretty commonly terastallizing to resist water, which is also really good. You've got Wish Sylveon too, so you could stall out some rain turns. And by Wish Sylveon, I mean it just looks like it could be a Wish Sylveon. It could very easily be Specs on this team because this team has no breaking power otherwise. So anyhow, also, you know what? Spec Sylveon kind of nice here, though, because then you break for Scyther. You know, let's say it's a Spec Sylveon. And McMegan with Rain, I mean, here's the thing. It's not even like it's unplayable. It's just that Ditto is such a problem for preview. Because it's bad enough that Gastro is going to be able to block your water moves. That's not like the end of the world. You can beat Gastro with Basket Legion. We've seen it happen. You can beat it with Dreadnought if you're Terra Dark. But it's still going to have that Ditto in the back lurking. The Ditto is literally going to be able to copy Swift Swim from any of these mons and just shadoink them. And there's very little that McMegan can do about that. Like you come into this game and it's like Pokeslice just kind of always wins. So as you get into this game, we see Trebuchet led with here. The Muk starts cursing, you know, and you kind of tell too he's holding up his middle finger as he moves, which is pretty rude. And this Encore doesn't end up mattering a ton because Pokeslice says, you know, I don't care. I want to Encore, not Encore. I want to curse more anyway. As a literal curse comes out, pause. And he just keeps cursing. He stays in. He decides there's no point in switching, even though, dude, McMegan graced him with a builder issue of his own here, with bad EVs on the Poliwrath, not bringing himself down to a Citrus Berry. Kind of noob move, but it happens. And we see this. And this was one of the funnier turns of the battle, too. Rest assured, this isn't where it gets terrible, but this was really, really something from Mr. Slice. Terra ghosting here, because he thought there was maybe a chance McMegan would instead opt for a CC or Drain Punch, trying to catch Gastro on the hard switch. Now, I would love to know what Gastro's doing after that. Terra Poison? Okay, bro. I guess. You're still gonna get clapped up, and if it's Drain Punch, then, like, that doesn't help at all. But he gets absolutely shabammed, shadoinked. I really like shadoink. He gets shadoinked by this liquidation. Crit did not matter, if I'm remembering. With Terra, it guaranteed the KO anyway. So Slice kind of just tearing for fun. Now this, you're not ready for this. And in fact, I need you to see this play out, how the gift plays. I'm not gonna say anything. It's the next turn, but I'm not gonna say anything. You're just gonna see how this is how the gift plays out right here that we have in the server. limber ditto, buddy. What, you training for a marathon or something, friend? Why are you so nimble? Oh no! The limber ditto to Slice says this got through 5 billion people. Quality check of the team. What's hilarious, this means he never tested the team, or that in test ditto was never sent in. I want everyone to understand that. He says it got through a lot of people, including himself. If you had played with this team once, you would have caught that. So just say it. But that is one of the funniest turns possible. And now there's nothing he can do. There is a +6 Polyrath. I don't care how much you pivot around this. I don't care that Scyther took less than half. I don't care that you went Gastrodon and blocked it. Guess what? You don't have your Terra. And even if you did, it wouldn't matter anyway, because it's like, unless you're Terra Ghost on Gastro, which I actually think he was Terra Ghost, by the way. But unless you're Terra Ghost on Gastro, then it doesn't matter, because this thing's still going to kill you. Also, it might have knockoff, and it would smoke your whole pack as well. So I really don't think it mattered. As McMegan says, yeah, he 100% won this game. His ass, though, loaded up the Jack Me Nimble, Jack Me Quick Ditto, and it got slammed. In live time, this was one of the funniest fucking things I'd ever seen. Just watching it on Smog Tours, I'm like, that's an interesting Ditto set. Wonder where he got that. Certainly not the NU decks. But don't worry, we got... Oh my lord. This is one of the funniest battles as well. And unfortunately, I'm pretty sure this was one of like the worst. Was it? I'm trying to remember if this was one of the worst tournaments for me as a manager, or if it was a different turn. I just remember Phantom Mystics had a very unfortunate tournament, and we were very sad. But he loaded up what we call the most team ever. And I mean, it's kind of obviously why. There is a Combust skin, there's a Doublade, an Arcanine, a Galvantula. There's just a lot of things and stuff going on here. But the idea of the team's simple. Obviously, it's Sticky Web HO, but it's got some type spam to it. So this is Silvally Ghost. You got Ghost spam and you got Fire spam. Very normal concept. Even on balanced builds or more generic offense, where you stack 2 attackers of the same type, and you try to rely on one of them to break for the other so that they can sweep late game. Here you get that 2 times over though, and it works pretty nicely in this game, as there's only one real ghost type check on OBB's team, and that's a Snorlax. And conveniently too, Arcanine potentially can do something to this. So you got a lot of ways to draw this one out and get some good chip. Maybe open up for a Ghost Valley sweep, a Doublade sweep, and Doublade definitely has some chance. Now, it requires a lot of prerequisite chip, but I would always imagine Arcanine can get that too. Like, Ark's gonna be able to get chip, for example, on a Vapo pretty easily, right? Galv even potentially could get chip on, like, I was talking about Archaludon. No, just regular Duraludon. So, there's a game plan here. I think the only caveat is Sticky Web's kind of meh, because there's a Whimsicott with Prankster Defog, and there's no way to actually block the Defog. Kind of iffy. Otherwise, though, I generally think that this team has enough firepower to overwhelm OBB's build. Kind of the one thing that I don't know how you manage is Duraludon, because it does kind of claim kills pretty easily, and you don't one-shot it with anything. Shouts to Spawn's real good bulk. So that's kind of something you do have to address. Figure out how you're going to overcome it. But I don't think it's like a deal breaker in this type of matchup. I think overall, OBB rolls a pretty good matchup here, because the Fire Spam core, you've got like 4 Mons that can all help handle that. Duraludon's kind of fake defensively. It doesn't really check fire types despite being a dragon type, but in this game, at the very least, can check this. You can even check Ghost Valley in a pinch, just because it's got pretty decent physical bulk. It won't check it when it's boosted at all, but beforehand, you could maybe double switch Dura in on the Ghost Valley and get a hit off. But you also have just Vapo to handle these. Arrow will kind of help check. It at least switches into fire moves. Lax, of course, helps check. It's the Ghost Spam core, I think, if you're OBB, you gotta watch out for, but let's see how this goes. So Lax is led with into the Arcanine, and a switch is always going to happen because you're scared of CC. You don't want to take chip on Lax against Double Ghost. It's just not conducive to winning. So, yeah, pretty simple. And now Galv will come out, on the Wish, this is a free Thunder, because if Ground Valley were to come out, you're kind of like, I can always just web up on the next turn. I could not sticky web, I could energy ball it as well. You got outs. Thunder not does, I can't speak. Thunder does not do real damage there, and then it does literally 0 the next turn too, because he misses. So Arcanine now comes out. No, like we said, the Whimsicott is just a utility set, so it's very unintimidating. You can always switch into it. The only thing that would have been maybe scary is a Stun Spore, but I don't think this is ever running it. It's like Moonblast, U-Turn, Defog, Encore. Arcanine smokes this Ground Valley with a crit, but it does manage to hold on, and Rock Slide predicting the potential Xatu switch as well happens. Fortunately for Mr. OBB, he lands that. And now we have Arrow versus Spider. And as you're seeing here too, again, the Spider is not bothering to set webs. Again, the Whimsicott's just going to too easily get rid of them. Though also, I don't really think you keep them up. Or you don't really get anything out of getting them up at that point anyway. Once the Ground Valley goes down, it's like, who are they for? Dura? As you see here, we do see Mr. Table managed to beat the Vappa, which actually opens things up for Buskin pretty decently, which I found pretty funny. And unfortunately, Lax is full, but it shouldn't be that big a deal, right? So rocks go up on the predicted SD, and then OBB whoring for an extra sack in the back. And then we get boom on the protect. Let's fucking go. An incredible turn. The funny part about that, too, I think OBB said that since it was the last week, and I want to say that this match didn't matter at that point in the week, too. I believe he said he expected this team was a possibility entirely because of the situation that we found ourselves in. I think I'm remembering the discussion correctly. It was like we were already in playoffs or already eliminated or something like that. The game literally did not matter though. And so he knew there was the chance that there was an SD explosion Ghost Valley being brought into him, so he made it a protect 3-attack Snorlax on this build. And fucking little bro Phantomistic's like, yeah bro, sorry man. Also, this is really sad because this ends up being Helmet Whimsicott. So Combuskin just gets killed by Rocky Helmet here. What's really funny though is if that was not Helmet Whimsicott, the Buskin did just win. There was nothing that Whimsicott could do about that. So, really funny. And of course these Bird of Meats at the end, trying to do something, but I'm gonna just skip through these turns. It just is, you're not bulky enough. Pop a Lax, pops a cap in the Xatu's face, and that's Jover. Oh, there's also Curse Protect Lax, not just regular Protect. There's a Pokey Slice here. Gonna rewatch this game when I'm feeling down. Well, don't worry, Pokey Slice. You can watch this game after you watch this one. I hope all y'all enjoyed. As I said, these are two of the funniest fucking games to ever happen in the history of NU, and I'm really glad that they did happen, because I think that it brought us closer together as a community. You know, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Hope y'all don't mind the late upload. I had a lot of stuff to do today. Peace. Have a great rest of your day.